but it's close enough. It's about 7 to 8 lines of code. So, like I pointed out, there is a library which is called Normalize, which is my proprietary library that I'm using for this purpose. And I'm saying that I'm just hooking up to a GET operation. How many people know HTTP well enough? And everyone else. Shall I explain HTTP quickly? Or HTTP. HTTP has lots of methods. Most of the well-known methods are post and get, which everyone possibly has used if you have used PHP or any other HTTP library. What usually is also available is something called post, get, put, and delete. There are others as well, but in this particular case, I'm just going to restrict myself to these four. Because they map neatly to something called CRUD. Create, read, update, and delete. These are the kind of operations that we tend to do with APIs a lot more. And these methods of HTTP map to these functions very neatly. And hence, most of the RESTful APIs, again I'm using keyword here. How many people know RESTful well enough? So, again a quick explanation. RESTful essentially is a kind of an API structure built over HTTP that allows you to do these four actions very easily and neatly. So in case you are going to create something, then you do a post method and you put the parameters that will go into this particular endpoint. If you want to read that particular object, you say get and the object ID. In case you want to modify, you use put, and in case you want to delete, you use delete operation. So coming back to the API, we have a function called read here, if you notice. Is that visible enough? No. So is that visible enough? अब सबको दिख रहा है? So let's start with the first line, piston handler. It essentially takes care of creating views for you while you only define the kind of object manipulation you want to do. So in this case, I am only doing a get operation, and the get operation directly maps on to, in a CRUD based system, to read operation. So what I am saying is that I want to read information about a phone number, which is the parameter here, a phone number, okay, and it gives back a canonical name for number, canonical number, carrier place, and that is passed off as a dictionary. Any doubts till this point? Piston is an external library. You can use sudo pip space install space Django-piston to install it. Yeah. Can you be a bit louder? What package are you getting? What? Yeah. So the question that the gentleman is asking is that in case of place, I'm using only the first value. So there is an assumption here that there is an array from which I am getting the value. And rightly so, because in case of the system by which the numbers are given out in our phone number system, let's say Delhi circle maps to Delhi, Ghaziabad, Noida and Gurgaon. So if a Delhi number exists, then it essentially maps to these places. Or let's say we have West Bengal. West Bengal maps to West Bengal and Sikkim. Right? Calcutta, all the metros are separate circles. And we similar, in such a sense, we have like, I think, 9 circles. With one circle meant for all India except for the circles mentioned above. You can get this information from Wikipedia as well. So essentially I'm taking a simple option which is picking up the first place in the circle information that I have. Which means that the phone number is invalid. So in case you are putting in a phone number, then and it's a valid phone number in India, then it will eventually map to one of these 9 circles. So I can safely assume in this case that it's there. For the sake of this. This is definitely inaccurate information in case you have changed, you have done MNP. Can I ask the question again and answer again? Ramki asked, in case the person has changed their number from one carrier to another. In India, you are allowed to change from one carrier to the other, but you can't change from this one circle to the other. So you will still stay in the same circle, and hence the base record would be accurate. The carrier record may not be. And it's very hard to get information about the changes right now. I don't think it is published. And what I do know also is the fact that very few people actually change from their carrier to another. So chances are 99% you have the accurate information. In fact, there was an additional question to this, which is that in case you are roaming, is there a way of figuring out where the person is? And I don't know an answer, a proper answer to that. So if you have done Django development before, if you have touched one of the Django apps, you will realize that you have views, you have models. In this case, because the data is coming from a library designed separately, there is an empty model. And an empty view. And most of the stuff is between the handlers file that I showed and URLs mapped here. So you have phone number and it's expecting a number here, and it just picks up the phone handler as the library to call in case that happens. So just by writing these few lines, we have been able to actually come up with a view system which allows us to do, like you can see, a JSON call. Everyone knows what JSON is. Okay. But interestingly, you can actually convert that to XML call as well. So once you have done this, essentially by So if you notice, I actually haven't written anything related to XML yet. I've just done a function, and Piston actually takes care of pretty much everything else. So in case I need a JSON format data, I get the default. And in case I need XML, then I just do question mark equal format question mark equal to XML, and it gives me an XML data. Any questions? Curl. Curl is a library to do HTTP calls to any website. It is a program. So unlike URL, which is a library that you call from Python, Curl actually is a program that you use. It's available on any POSIX compliance. It's a good way of testing out. Any questions? Absolutely, you can. Actually, till now, whatever I've done, you can do with default Django as well. There is actually no need to use Django Piston. What you can do is that you can map a view onto doing read, get, post, all that, and then in the response you format it as JSON or XML. What we are trying to articulate here is to actually get it done quickly, right? Django is meant to do things quickly, and in this particular case, what we want to achieve is to do APIs quickly, and hence get on with what is the most important bit, which is to design a UI and a visibly usable system for mobile phones. Does that answer the question? So just by doing this, require underscore mine JSON comma XML, and you can list down many other formats as well which are available with Piston. You will get the data in whichever format you have decided to get it in. So if you notice, I'm just trying to make the font smaller so that this stuff is visible as well. If you notice, this line here says callback equal to jQuery something and equal to something. This is another species of JSON. It's called JSONP. You could look it up. If you have laptops right now, you should look it up right now. It's essentially meant for a system where your code is hosted at one place, like HTML page is hosted somewhere else. Let's say I have two sites. One site is actually my mobile site, m.something.com, and my API is hosted at api.something.com. To do an action, I need to call a different URL, which is restricted by browser. So browser doesn't allow you to call an external AJAX server for doing a call from one server. So in this case, what you do is called a JSONP call. If you have internet, could someone actually give a definition for JSONP? JSON P. Has anybody got Wikipedia page of JSON? Do you? Yeah. Can you announce what can you loudly say what it means to do a JSON P request? So what essentially it